Okay. Hi, this is Unique from Where's the Buzz. How are you, Nicole?
Unique. I'm well. How are you?
I'm great. So, first things first, there's this line that your character says in the movie that stood out to me. And it's along the lines, I might mess it up, but says, when my son asked me, did I do everything to save this man? I want to be able to honestly tell him, yes, that's not it word for word. But what I want to know is, um, why did your character, even if it was like written in or if she really said that, feel she had to put that weight on herself?
I think Estelle Valerie, she's the bank manager. That's who I play. She has this responsibility for taking care of people. That's what she does. And then she has this child who's also a going to be a black man one day as a young black man. And I think she can see that, in this other person, and that maybe there was no advocacy for Brian. Do you know what I mean? That like
Yeah.
he's actually done all the right things and he's in this predicament because no one's really understanding. And then also we shot this and we're seeing this at a point in history where there have been a number of shootings, of black and brown people, men. And I think she's tired of seeing that and does not want to be a part of that storyline without having done everything in her power to stop it.
So, what makes this story so heartbreaking is knowing that he was trying to advocate for himself and that no one was like really listening to him.
Mm.
And just being able to talk to the women that experienced this in real life, like what did that do for you? And what did you feel like you had to portray on screen to get this point across?
I got to read statements and look at video and speak a lot with people who worked in the banks and sort of know what that world looks like. But I don't think anything really prepares you for example, when John, who's playing Brian Brown Easley, comes in with all of that, it. I'm actually looking at footage of the real Brian Easley and all this stuff. But when you're embodying it, I don't think anything prepares you for like how that feels and
Yeah.
what those women, what all the people actually went through. There's so much fear, but then there's this interesting thing that happens in this story, which I think is done really beautifully by our director and writer. They managed to bring in so much like humanity and nuance. So, because this could easily be like a movie back in the day where it's like a heist and there's a bad guy and it's very black and white, bad guy, good guy, this guy, that guy. I mean, even down to the people who work at the VA, right? There were some of the people who really wanted to make the best opportunity. They wanted to provide the resources for Brian, get him his money, but there was bureaucracy. There was like some red tape there, and so they just couldn't. So you get to see all of those different colors, which I think is really, really special.
And with that being said, like when he went through the VA, I know a lot of veterans go through. One of my friends, she's told me about how her granddad, just to get prescription, is like a lot of red tape to go through. What, in your personal opinion, what do you think could or should be done about that?
Ooh, I mean, it's legislation. It's our representatives. It's really standing behind what we say we are about as a country, right? These people go and they serve us and sacrifice so much and then come back expecting a hero's welcome, expecting to be taken care of. And that's not always the case. I'm not saying it never happens, but it's not always the case. And I think this is just one example of a real life situation, you know? Yeah.
So, what advice would you give to someone that might be in a situation where they encounter someone that might be at their breaking point? Like how to navigate that?
Oh, like from a sales perspective.
Yes.
Slow down. Listen. I mean, that's one of the things I had to embody from the training, but also slow down, listen, just pick up on all the little cues. And we are sort of experiencing that now where little things are happening in public spaces and but also have some compassion, you know, don't like judge right away, and like get to safety. I know that sounds pretty that sounds pretty dark, but that would be my
It's the honest truth. Thank you so much for your time.
it's a pleasure. It's a
It was
pleasure. I
nice
would
to
have
meet you. Thank you so much.